Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm just giving it a few moments for the live video to start because it's saying live video is starting. Hello, everyone. Hope you all are doing great today and you're having a great Easter weekend. So let me know you are here by saying hi and telling me how your weekend is going. I'm so excited to be here again with you all. So I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. I hope I got all the timings right. So let's see. Hi, Melanie. How are you? So happy to see you here. How has your weekend been? I hope April has been a good month. There's been a lot of peaks and dives this month for the collective. So it's been rather interesting. Yes, I see of you all. I'm so happy. So show me that you're here. Anyway, today we are going to talk about yet another interesting topic. I mean, I have been building up on this for the last several months. So today we are going to focus on the divine feminine journey, like what it is being a divine feminine and things like that. Hi, Bharati. Thank you so much. Yes, I will. In fact, I am traveling to Adelaide this Tuesday, so I'm going to be eating all my Easter chocolates there because chocolates are awesome in like Australia, New Zealand, of course. So next week I will be on Australia time because I'll be going to Adelaide for 2 weeks. So I'll be excited. So if any one of you all are from Australia and you want to catch up, let me know. I'll be in Adelaide the whole day because I'm going for my friend's wedding. That's great, Melanie. I'm glad to hear that Easter weekend is good. The Easter weekend is such a good time to like sit back and tune in to life and to spend time with family and enjoy all the chocolates. And that's what's so beautiful and meaningful about the Easter weekend. Yes, I'm going back to Oz and look at my excitement. It's been 2 years because of COVID. We couldn't really travel out due to the restrictions. They just recently opened it up like 2 months ago, and it's like, all right, perfect time to go. Happy Easter, Jenny. I hope you're all doing well. So, all right, same format as always. Feel free to interrupt me while I am talking about the divine feminine journey. Ask me any questions. Don't hold back because this is a very safe space to discuss and learn. And don't ever feel like there is a wrong question or a question may sound too silly. There's no such thing as that. We are all on this journey, and the journey gets hard, and the journey may be confusing, and there is no fixed path. Always remember that. Hey, Jenny, I didn't know you were from Sydney. That's fantastic. I'm going to Adelaide on Tuesday. So yeah, I mean I studied there, so it's like my second home. But now that traveling is back to open, I'll be traveling to Australia and I'll be based in both places more frequently. Hi Henry, thanks for staying awake, my dear friend, and happy Easter to you. Oh, I'm so happy to see all of my buddies here. It makes me so happy. Thank you all for like staying up, some of you for like making time to be present during this live. It really means a lot. And it takes two hands to clap, and it takes a group to truly develop an idea or to understand what's going on. So I'll start off with how the energies have been extremely up and down. For some, it has been very calm and blissful. Strangely, like April has been a month where there's a lot of introspection happening, and a lot of DNA activations and healings are coming through for some star seeds and some twin flames who are in the middle, who have started their journey like 5 years ago and the middle. So there's a lot of changes happening for that group. Also, there has been a lot of So, some twins have been feeling extremely tired and drained and depressed. So, again, guys, this is because there are major activations happening for you as well. So, do not fret and think that this is the end, because every time you're feeling uncomfortable or there's discomfort, remember that you are letting go of a part of yourself, like catharsis is taking place, and things that no longer serve you are coming out, and that's what causes pain. Growth, pain happens when growth is happening. So not all pain is bad pain, and this is a very difficult journey because a lot of things are happening simultaneously at the same time. So it's not an easy one. Yes, thanks, Henry. My skin is showing up for sure. I guess that is the purging happening. Yes, the purging is happening. So you might be feeling like you're having pimples, or you may feel like your skin is peeling. These are all actually metaphorical, because what is happening is metaphorically you're evolving and you're spiritually ascending. And that's why I wanted to spend this week to focus on the divine feminines, because a lot of y'all are going through, some of y'all specifically are going through a state of confusion. Some are even doubting this journey. Some are wondering what I should do, like how long should I be part of this waiting game? Is this even a waiting game? Is there going to be a destination? Am I going to be in union? Questions like this seem to be coming out a lot, and April has just amplified them, so we are going to talk about that. Yo, dear. Yeah, I'm like having a pimple, like my nose, and it hasn't broken out yet, but it's so close to breaking out. I know, right? And it's so interesting how a lot of us are having very similar symptoms. Exactly, like a teenager. And I'm the sort, I never get pimples on my face. And so, well, it's all part of the journey, guys, and it's all part of the evolution and the ascension that comes along with it. So, yes, what is exactly the divine feminine journey, and what is it like to be a divine feminine? See, being a divine feminine is a very unique, it's a very unique part to play, because like I discussed in my previous videos, they tend to completely change the very meaning of love. And it's about truly working on yourself. And it is true, it's said that often that the divine feminine wakes up first to the journey. Henry, I feel you. Well, we are not alone. Good to know. Yes, guys, keep sharing so that we all know that we're all experiencing similar stuff, and this um, gives us assurance and awareness. Hey, Annalisa, so good to see you. I get so happy when I see all of you. It just makes my Sunday alive, and I hope I do too. Because this space is, and the good thing about this group is all these videos are private, and you can always tune in whenever you want, and you can ask me any questions that no one besides whoever is in the group will be able to see this video. So that makes it really safe, and that's why feel free to ask any kind of questions. And Annalisa, I hope you're having a good Easter weekend, and all of y'all are eating a lot of chocolates. So all those Easter bunny chocolates are always nice to look at. All right, back to how to navigate through this journey. So as divine feminines, it's the rules are all completely different. So as women, I mean, when we are girls, we grow up thinking that the guy approaches, the guy would ask us out, the guy would do everything, and you don't do anything. You just sit back and you just wait. That's what common perception has ingrained in us, and that is the first kind of conditioning that we have to remove. Happy Easter, Teresa. So good to see you. I hope you have been well and you're enjoying all the chocolates and more sugar. I know, right? Easter time is such a happy time. I hope some of you all are still participating on those Easter hunts with your children and your nephew and nieces. It's always so fun, going on a Easter chocolate hunt. Oh, you are. Yeah, of course. Amsterdam has got all the beautiful chocolates in the world. Henry says, I'm eating loads of chocolates all year long. Ha ha ha. Yeah, of course. What is a twin flame journey without chocolate? Yes, yes, absolutely. Guys, sugar helps, but also check in with your sugar as well. All right, now I don't know why my camera keeps misting up. All right, yes, so back to the journey. How did you know I like chocolate? Alvin's been teasing me over cake pops. Come on, Teresa, I'm psychic. Why wouldn't I know, right? So it's truly amazing. And another really beautiful thing that happened is my grandma was stuck in India for almost 2 years and she's finally back home. Even though she could come back, but travel restrictions were completely insane. So she's finally back home. My grandma is 83 years old, and it was so nice catching up with her all this weekend. I realized there's so much to talk about, and I hope you guys all have like great grandparents that you guys catch up once in a while as well. Hi, Stephanie. I'm good. How are you? I hope you're well. Yes, again, back to April. April has been a very interesting month. For some of you all, it's the month of spring. For some of us, like those in Singapore, it is not really spring because we don't really have seasonal changes. Anyway, back to the divine feminine journey. The divine feminine journey is all right. Firstly, you cannot attach any kinds of rules or guidelines or anything. Every divine feminine is unique. I absolutely think that my grandma is a twin because my grandparents fell in love in the 50s. Yes, and in fact, they fell in love very young, and they came to Singapore together. And yes, they are twin flames. The love they had, I mean, my grandfather passed like 15 years ago, but the love that they share is truly phenomenal. And yes, probably that is the first few twin flame loves that I've witnessed growing up, like truly. And yes, my grandma is very psychic too. Probably I'll try to grab her on the show one of these weeks. Yes. In fact, it was so fun. Like, I think spending time with your grandparents, because I only have my grandma left. Like, I have lost my other grandma and my other two grandpas. But it's very interesting, for some families, like the twin flame journey is quite generational. Like, sometimes just take the time and observe your parents, observe your friends. Some of them are on hidden twin flame journeys. It's just that no one is, some people just keep it really private. Yes, Stephanie, I'm so sorry to hear that. I know the feeling. I have only one grandparent left of my four. So yes, I miss my other grandma and I miss both my grandfathers a lot. And sadly, that is life. That's why, for those of you who have grandparents, do connect with them when you can. It's such a beautiful relationship, always. Hey Shay, so happy to see you all. Thank you. I appreciate seeing all of you all every Sunday or Saturday, depending on time zone. It's so nice to just tune in with you all and check in every weekend, because this is necessary, because it's not an easy journey. And so the divine feminine journey, again, like where I left off while I was talking, was you have to be very, very careful. You see, do you know the reason why twin flames in the past united and ended up having families was because they had met at a period of like World War II. So they really had a huge stumbling block there. So there was a huge group of twin flames who were uniting during that period. And then after that, things started stabilizing. And now we have what you call new age challenges. And that is the reason why everything has shifted and everything has changed. So it's not about, falling in love, getting married and having children. It's not that easy anymore. In fact, it may look easier, but it has become more complicated than ever. Thank you, Anna. I'm so happy to hear that. It really brightens my heart. Thank you. Thank you for saying that you love my readings. In fact, comments, reviews, love from you all is what really inspires me to do better readings every time. And I really like to spend a lot of time doing my readings. I take it very seriously, and I want to give you guys the best. That's why, whether it's a paid reading or a free reading, I just try to go all out. So thank you. All right. So back to the new age and how the rules and the dynamics have changed. You see, you have to first understand that there is never a rule book for twin flames, because each twin flame, they have got a unique journey. And absolutely, Stephanie, it's one of the most exhausting relationships. And yes, you want to, you want it to go away and you miss it. But you have to understand, where does the exhaustion come from? The exhaustion actually comes from expectations. You see, because we are human, right? We are living on earth in a human body, and we have human expectations. So when we meet our twin, we think that, you know what, why is it so hard? Why can't we just get together, get married, have kids, and just move on with life? It's just not that easy. And like what Stephanie says, it's exhausting. And exhaustion comes because, as a divine feminine, you're awake, you are aware of the journey, you understand, that person is your twin flame. But for the divine masculine, it's completely opposite to that. For them, it's like, what is this that I'm experiencing? Why am I feeling this way about this person at this time? So that's when the question arises, and that's when the divine masculine starts to disappear, starts to run, starts to go through their own journey. And often some of it is like testing waters. They start dating other people just to get a feel of what they are feeling with you. Do they feel it with others? And then they come back to a realization, what they feel with you is unique. And that's when they start Googling past life stuff, soulmate stuff. It scares them, because for men, they want things to be less complicated. They want it to be easy. They want relationships to flow. But with a twin flame journey, it just doesn't work that way. Shay has something to say. So happy to have a space where I know I'm not the only one going through this journey. Yes, exactly. That's why this space is safe. And always remember that there is no fixed solution for this journey. And even for those who are in union, always remember that there's still going to be challenges, because on earth, you may feel like you have progressed and you have evolved, but you can always like drop back. So always watch your energies. Always go into observer mode, because these things are going to be what's going to help you be in this journey. Like for instance, some have a series of unions and a series of breakups. So some twins experience that. So for some who think that, oh, okay, I'm in union and this is the end, it doesn't work that way. It's still a journey. You guys are growing together. For some twins, it's designed that you unite at a time where you still have work to do. All right, let's see what Stephanie has to say. For me, learning about it and out of nowhere was the most challenging. Like I just got twin flame one and trying to learn and figure it out while being confused and sad. I'm so sorry, Stephanie. I know it's not easy, and the pain, like compared to a normal breakup and being dumped and a twin flame being dumped, it's completely different. That feeling is like, I have just witnessed hell and I'm living in hell. That's the pain. And it's the kind of pain that can never be describable. But what I want you to try to do is try your best to see the wider perspective. And that's why I'm saying, guys, go label free, because when you have the twin flame label attached to the connection, you feel more pressured, you get more hurt, like you're being, breaking up or separation becomes very hard. But if you were to take the label away and sit back for a while and realize that I don't really have control over this, because the truth is we do not have control of our twin flame journeys. If it was that easy, it wouldn't be a twin flame. This is your own unique journey, and you know for sure in your heart that your person is your twin flame. But however, it's still a free will universe. We may be separated into two bodies, but we still operate from a sense of free will, and there's only 50% that we can control, which is us. The other 50% comes from your divine masculine. And that is a very tricky bit, and I'm glad you raised that, because there's a lot of it happens because there's a lot of karmic connections. So often you're either married to your soulmate or your karmic, and you guys have to complete that cycle. That's why usually when married couples meet their twins, they meet their twins at a point where their marriages are falling apart, or something is, it's a kind of to remind them that there's a love beyond marriage and things like that. So it is quite complex, and I always remember, make very responsible decisions, because you don't want to go wrecking your family. And always remember, twin flame love is beyond the physical body. It's not about being together in the physical. Being together in physical is one aspect of it, but 90% of it is happening in other dimensions. It's the higher selves connecting, and it's really about you learning about love and understanding what love is, and it's understanding what self-love is, what growth is, and what's evolution. Like in normal connections, that's why it's very important. Any connection, any romantic connection, any connection with a partner, always see, what are you learning from this connection? Is this connection empowering you? See, that's when for twin flames it becomes very tricky. Oh, thanks, Stephanie. Your knowledge and expertise is so incredible and appreciated. Absolutely would be a wreck without women like you helping us. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. What you said means so much to me, and I really appreciate it, and I value what you have said, and thank you. Yeah, remember, we are always here, and you can always just reach out, to this community, to me, and I'll always be there to guide you in ways I can. And do not feel that you're alone in this journey. Like what you guys had mentioned, do not ever feel that you're alone in this journey, because there are a lot of twins. In fact, a lot of twins have incarnated on earth at this time. So there's a wider support journey and network. Yes, Shay, the journey is crazy. I feel like mine is going through the workaholic stage is very common, guys. It is extremely common. And thank you, Melanie. You guys are so sweet. You guys really make my weekend. Sometimes I wonder why I'm even doing this, and connecting with you all, listening to what you guys have to say, and being amongst brilliant, amazing, intelligent women. And it's just truly amazing, because we are sharing ideas. We are inspiring one another, and this is what is needed to get through this journey. So yes, back to the workaholic stage. A lot of divine masculines, what they do is, all right, they've met their twin, right? They just can't accept that energies, because energies have their own language, and they just can't figure it out. Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this way about this girl or this woman? Like, what is it? And they just can't wrap their head around it. So they go into workaholic mode, and they work and work and work so that they cannot think about you or remember you. So that goes on. They go on and they completely go into their shell, and that's when they become unapproachable. You can't find them anywhere. You don't know what they're up to. They rarely meet their friends. They really go into a hermit mode. Oh, thank you, Shay. I'm so glad. That's why I keep thinking of like different topics. So if you guys can throw in suggestions, that will be great. Let me know what topics you want me to speak about every week, because this is an ongoing process, and I want to do this every week wherever I am in the world. Like we will tune in like every week at this time, but do suggest what you guys want me to talk about as well, and that would be great, because we are all growing together, and that will be awesome. And thank you, because the journey is crazy, and we we need an outlet to discuss about these things, right? Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to God. I'm grateful to the universe, and I'm grateful for you all, my audience, for being part of this. So yes, the workaholic bit is really huge. Another thing is they like to test waters, like I mentioned before, and all this triggers the divine feminine. So the divine feminine gets triggered by every single movement of the divine masculine, consciously and subconsciously. And that is another part of this journey to actually overcome those triggerings. And those triggerings come from deep seated trauma, childhood wounds, past life trauma, present life. You may have had relationships where your partner may have been absent, or you may have gone through a series of rejections, and all this comes flooding back when you meet your your divine masculine for the first time. And that is the reason why when your divine masculine starts to reject you or tell you things like, I'm not interested in you, I'm not in love with you, all the wounds of the past come out. And then you start to think, oh no, is this happening again? Am I in a position where I'm being rejected again? But what happens is this time the rejection is like infinity. The pain is to the point of infinity. Like there is no remedy from the pain. And all you want is, I want my divine masculine to know what is happening. But the thing is, they have to know it at their own time and space. So it cannot be forced upon them. And it is a long journey, and it's a tiring journey as well. All right, Stephanie, especially if you're talking to someone who doesn't believe in TF and think you're just obsessed or get over it comes out. Yes, guys. Another thing I want to tell you all is only discuss the twin flame journey with other twin flames or in a safe space like this. If you're going to tell your friends, then they're going to think that you're obsessed, or you should get over it, or you should get a life, or you should go to the dating web and start dating. I mean, dating app, not web. But it is like a web, right? There's so many apps. So always remember where you're sharing what you're feeling. Keep it a secret as much as you can. Like, only talk to people you truly trust who understand this journey, because not everyone has got an understanding of the twin flame journey, because the twin flame journey is unique and alone. I mean, it's a lonely journey as well. So if you're going to discuss to your friends about it, they are only going to talk about what they know. And for them, it's, if something doesn't work out, you move on and you find someone else. Sometimes that's what happens to divine masculines too. They get peer pressured by their friends, and you're like, why are you even thinking about this girl when you don't want to be with her? And they get all these misleading advice. That's why communities like this are really empowering, because everyone is going through this. So another thing to remember is, on earth there is no final destination. It's not like you see in the movies, like twins unite and there's happily ever after. You still have to work on the connection, because it goes back to your vibration and frequencies. So you may have gone up really high, and you may have gone into being in union with your twin, but if you can't keep up with the energies, then you're going to go into mini separations again. So it's vital to stay connected with the universe, to God, and always to cleanse your energies. And that's why healing is such a big part of this journey. And in fact, a lot of twin flames go on to become healers themselves. Anna, I'm going to read Anna's comment. I feel my TF a lot, like his energy. I talk to him in my head. Yeah, definitely seems like a crazy person sometimes. This one I have talked about in my previous videos. In fact, your greatest gift is going to be able to communicate with your twin flame in a higher dimension. So Anna is exactly doing that. Like, you will feel your twin's energy all the time, and you are talking to them for real. So never feel like you're imagining it, because in a twin flame connection, telepathy is so easy. You feel what they are feeling, and sometimes you may feel cranky because your twin flame is feeling that way. So don't ever think you're a crazy person. In fact, this is a very healthy way, instead of trying to constantly I wonder when they're going to communicate in 3D. You can actually talk to their higher selves in 5D, and that is such an empowering and therapeutic thing to do. In fact, you can ask their 5D selves why they are doing what they are doing, and you will get answers. Like, trust me, you do get answers, and that's why it's so important to raise your vibration and engage in activities that make you happy. And like I always say, it's not about just meditating and doing yoga, it's about doing what you love, what you enjoy, and that could be anything. Spending time with your loved ones, spending time with your children or nephew and nieces, or going for a hike, or watching a movie. Even if that's what makes you happy, it's going to elevate your energies. So when your energies are elevated, your connection with the universe and your divine masculine becomes stronger. And another thing is a stage of surrender. When you truly surrender to God, things clear up, and your communication with your divine masculine strengthens further. I'm going to read out Henry's comment. I think we're all crazy in our own, and that is awesome. Be proud of it. Much better than fitting into the societal norms after I've awakened to it all. Exactly. I love what Henry had said, and thank you so much for sharing that with us. Yes. Be proud of it, guys. Own it, enjoy it, and embrace it. Stephanie, how can you tell you're talking in 5D if you're in separation in 3D and can't confirm they got the message? All right, you have to truly understand that most divine masculines are disconnected to their higher selves. So they may not even tell you the truth. So they may be communicating with their higher selves like we communicate with our higher selves, but they may be in denial to the reality of it. So you're communicating with their higher selves, but they are still in denial, and that's the reason why when they come to 3D, they start behaving weirdly to you. They start denying it, or they start behaving like, no, I don't like you, but actually they do. It's just that they don't want to tell you that. They just want to push you away, because it goes back to the journey of mirroring. Like, why do you so badly want to be with your twin in 3D? Like, what is it that you want exactly? So that is an important question you got to ask yourself. So most divine feminines, any women would want a family, extremely gorgeous love life, with children, with or without children. So you guys have to get rid of this expectation, because the twin flame journey is about healing and growth and evolution. It's not those soulmate connections, where you meet, you kind of like inspire each other and it's a breeze. A twin flame connection is truly a roller coaster ride. Like, you see, you guys see those memes that go online, right? There's a reason why this journey is hard. But you guys also have to be very careful, because twin flame connections can be confused with karmic connections. So if there's a level of abuse or extreme disrespect, or things are just not right, then you guys might want to consider that it could be a karmic connection. And you may want to work towards completing the cycle so that you're free, and you may be free to meet your real twin flame. For some, there are false twin flame situations as well. So that's the reason why I do offer twin flame checks. $50, yeah, I think I do. I connect to the Akashic records, and that's how I'm able to tell. Melinda does it, Joanna, they do it as well. Can always check that out. But my style is, you guys have to be empowered, and you guys have to find your own truth, because that is truly the most empowering way to evolve in any journey, and that to this twin flame journey. So Stephanie, sit back and connect to your higher self, and try. It's really hard, but you have to try. You have to try a bit by bit, layer by layer, to try to detach to his 3D physical self. Because the more you are actually chasing your twin in 3D, the more they're going to run. So only when the chaser stops, the runner stops. So we are trying to get rid of that dynamic, and that is the hardest part for divine feminines, because they just. And another thing is societal pressure. You see your friends getting married, you see people around you having families and children and happily ever after lives. I mean, the toxic Instagram culture, for instance, they're all trying to portray this grand scheme of love, but the truth is, to each its own. And that is another reason why divine feminines, like Stephanie, sometimes it's societal pressure. You're having so much pressure around you, and that's the reason why you feel like you feel the way you're feeling. So remember that they do get your message, but it takes a while for them to accept the message. So, it's all sitting in their higher self's inbox. So only when the 3D self, the 3D divine masculine self allows it, your messages start to flow in. That's why till then, keep communicating with your higher self, because it's the same. It's the same person, right? It's just that, like the conscious and the subconscious mind, and they just have like a gatekeeper in the middle. And most divine masculines try to block out their divine feminine messages, but still other aspects of themselves want to hear from their divine feminine. So that's what you're working at. It gets a little bit more complex, so that's the reason why I'm trying to make it easier for you guys. Step one is to develop a telepathy with no expectations. When it starts off, you're usually communicating with their higher selves. In fact, their higher selves will be like with you like holograms. So your person will be next to you in like a hologram version. So the more you communicate, the more your visions strengthen and you start seeing them. And then you start accepting and you start having, see, your person's higher self's conversations are always mature and evolved compared to their 3D selves, because their 3D selves is so embroiled by 3D notions. So that's why you can't expect their 3D self to get their message, because their 3D self is adamant about their position that they do not want you. And you cannot force a person who keeps saying that they do not want you and they are not interested in you. That's why sometimes it is vital to just take a seat back and spend the time to actually connect to the universe, connect to God, and truly surrender to your own being. And in many cases, I've worked with so many twin flames. I'm a twin flame myself, and they come back. They just come back. When you completely surrender, when you completely let the energies flow, they actually come back. And these are your challenges. You see, this is growth. Like Stephanie, what you're experiencing is growth. And growth is painful, and no amount of words or consolation can ever help you get through it except yourself. So you have to do it in phases. One of the techniques that I would try is keep going on with your life. Do not try not to take leave from work. Like, still try your best to function, and do not let go of responsibilities. Do not go into depression mode, because it's so easy to go into depression mode when your divine masculine is disconnected to you. So really try to do it in phases. Love yourself. It's going to be hard, because when your twin flame rejects you, it's kind of like you rejecting yourself. So do not feel that way. So if you want to reverse that, you have to start loving yourself, and you have to start appreciating yourself. You have to look at the mirror and look at how beautiful you are, not only as a physical person, but as a soul, how radiant you are, how how things are just good. And I want you guys to also try to see the good in challenging times. Be grateful for what you have. It's going to be hard, because you really have to take that time to deal with yourself. And that's what the twin flame journey does. Essentially, it makes you go back to yourself, go back to the point of origin, and try to figure things out for yourselves. That's why healing is so important. I do many kinds of healings. Reiki, I'm a Reiki master, I'm an Isis Seichi master, I'm a Agashik Records master as well. So I do healings in different layers and levels. So if you guys want to book a private session with me, please feel free to do so. Sometimes my reports take long, because I believe in in giving you guys a report when I feel like you guys have healed to a certain level, and that's why I take time. But of course, you guys can always ask me for updates and tune in with me on that. Another thing is a lot of twin flames are healers as well. So you guys may be drawn to learning healing, and I offer like Reiki 1, 2 master level, and Isis Sechim level 1 and master level, and Agashik records, channeling. You guys may be interested in courses as well. That might be helpful. Thank you so much, Henry. You are the best. Henry, you are so amazing. It's so nice to have you here, and love listening to all your views and comments, and each one of you all who participate in this every week. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome, like truly. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I just don't like to give you guys half-baked reports. It has to be a full one. And for me, I need to see progress energetically. So I feel, okay, this is the right time to deliver a report because, wow, you have like really evolved from this point to this point, and that to me gives me joy, and that to you would give you joy as well to see that immense progress, because healing is a journey. Healing can't be done in one day. Like, can you cure those serious illnesses in one day? It takes a while. Even a flu takes weeks. And yes, patience is very important, guys. Every one of us. I even tell my legal clients that sometimes they're always trying to rush a case. They're constantly like, when I'm like, we are not in control. As lawyers, we're only in one stage of the timeline. Then the other side has to coincide with the timeline. The judge has to give you an audience. So yes. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me, and I'm glad. Welcome. And I hope you do join me every week, because around this time every week we will discuss a topic about the twin flame journey. So thank you, and I'm so happy to have you here. So yeah, back to the divine feminine journey. The divine feminine journey is complex, complicated. Oh, thank you, Becca. Yes, cheers to all of you all on your healing journey. Healing is, okay, always remember, healing is evolving. Healing is happening irregardless. Whether you get a Reiki healing or not, everyone is healing all the time. That is life. And that's how our body works. That's how our spiritual bodies work. Every time we are healing every day. When we are asleep, we are healing. Our body is doing so much work. That's why it's so important to listen to your body, to eat to eat healthy food and interesting food, of course. Exactly, like Becca says, it is a process to accept. A lot of people deny the healing journey. They think like, why should I heal? So that stems from ignorance. Healing is actually beautiful. Healing is like getting rid of old skin and becoming free of things that are holding you back. So you might be affected by a traumatic event of the past, or it could be patterns that keep repeating in your life. So when you start healing, these patterns start to disappear, and you start attracting things in your life that are finer and more vibrant. Henry, I've learned patience thanks to my twin. So I don't have any problems with waiting for healings. I think it's a great test when we need to wait a little. But always remember, guys, you guys can just message me and tune in with me to ask, so I can always give you like short summaries of what is happening, and I'm happy to do that always. And you guys know that I always reply to your messages. Sometimes I take longer, and that's because the work overwhelms me. But always feel free to write to me. I'm always happy to take your questions, and it gives me great joy to see you guys progressing and sharing and evolving and understanding. Because awareness, you can't awaken in one day, guys. It's a process. It takes days and days and days to go through catharsis and to shed out old skin and to put the past behind and to truly be connected with self. It takes months and months. For some might take lesser time. For some it might take a longer time. So that's why you guys cannot compare your journeys with others. So stop going online and Googling timelines when I'm going to unite with my twin. It will happen. It will happen, and you will know when it happens. Be free. Yes, yes to freedom. And yes, Stephanie, that makes sense, because if you are not mature or ready for something, you tell us, then we will get more confused and delay progress. Yes, that's why if you guys are confused, ask me the questions. Do not feel like you keep asking me the question. Just ask. Clarity is so important. Like you say, it will delay progress if you stay in the state of confusion as well. So that's why it's important to gain the awareness from within, you know. And you cannot force a certain knowledge or concept. I may be telling you all of this, but you guys have to realize this for yourself as well. And that's why, we have to be patient. Patience is not only for other things in our life, patience to ourselves. Be patient with yourself, guys. You guys have grown. Look at how beautiful you are. Think about it. 2 years ago, where you were and where you are now. Isn't it amazing growth? Like seeing yourself blossoming into amazing human beings and being more secure and patient and beautiful and understanding and learning those finer elements of life, getting excited over a sunrise and little things like smiling to a stranger, helping people in need. All these things empower you and elevate you. So yes to Becca's comment, yes to freedom. When you feel clicks of understanding, then you're able to embody after learning from lessons. So be beautiful. So guys, be free. Don't feel the pressure, and it's hard because society is going to constantly pressure you, especially if you feel like you need to take a break from Instagram. Do take a break from Instagram. The good thing about Facebook is you guys can you guys can still be part of these groups and be disconnected to the higher, like what is going on. A lot of shifts have been happening, guys. In fact, this year, like 2022, is a powerful year. A lot of shifts are happening. Some twins are coming into union, so that's an amazing time. And you may ask me which group. Those who are coming into union will know you're coming into union. You don't even have to ask that. And this is going to be a journey like this. There are going to be ups and downs. So don't feel like everything is just uphill. But always remember, experience strengthens you, makes you bolder. You have to be responsible for your own healing. Like even in normal circumstances, you go to the doctor. Your doctor can't force you to eat the medicine, right? Like you have to take responsibility. Okay, I'm going to take my Panadols or my cough mixture at this time. Like same thing with spiritual healing. As a healer, there's only this much I can do. You have to take responsibility to elevate yourself and to keep feeling empowered. Yes, Henry, yes, smiling to a stranger. Today, someone online recognized me from standing with me in the elevator with me. And then he said, the thing that immediately caught my attention was your contagious, happy energy. That was such a big compliment. Guys, that is the greatest compliment you get. It's not even about your external beauty. When someone comments on how beautiful your energy is, that is out of the world, because energy is contagious. Energy is actually not invisible. Energy is so visible. People just don't tune into it. So when you are vibrating at such a high level, people recognize it. You will see strangers smiling at you. You will be smiling at strangers too. And it's just beautiful because your perception shifts. All right, Stephanie, go get your dinner. Enjoy yourself. These videos are always in here, so you guys can come back and watch it. And all these videos are safe, so your comments are also safe. So don't feel like others will see it. So yes, have a good night. Enjoy your dinner, Stephanie. Back to living your full life, living your best life. One thing about the twin flame journey is it may affect you in ways that you never expect. So you might be this big career person, but when you meet your twin, all of that shatters. So what happens is the ego shatters. When you first meet your twin, your ego is shattered. So you may have had beliefs of yourself, oh, I'm a great CEO, or, I'm a great whatever whatsoever. So number one, your ego breaks because your twin starts to make you feel vulnerable. So you may be like unbreakable in the past, but then your twin actually goes right in, and everything starts falling, and only when things fall apart they can get together again. So it's shattering all paradigms and understanding. So you guys may have had a set of past relationships where you may have been in control, but in a twin flame connection, thank you so much, Teresa. Thank you. The more you guys say, the more excited I feel. So back to that. So in a twin flame connection, it's about shattering the ego. It's about going beyond who you are and seeing yourself. Like a lot of people live their whole lives not seeing who they are. Like people are so afraid to look within. Have you noticed that? A lot of people, your peers, your friends, they don't look within. They always externalizing things. It's always about external. Take a time to look within. Look at how far you have come in this journey and how much you have progressed. Anna, your twin is thinking as much about you as you're thinking as much about him. That's the reality, in general. My grandma always used to say this, when you think about someone, they are thinking about you. And it's not only for twin flames, for anyone. Sometimes you may feel like, why is my boss coming to my head? Your boss is probably thinking about you, like why you haven't done this or something like that. So telepathy is real. Twin flame telepathy is another level. So when you're thinking a lot, Anna, about your twin is actually thinking about you. Like, I don't even have to do an energy check to tell you this. So it is happening, and you know that. You just feel it. It's this higher level intuition that you have within. The twin flame radar, they call it. Another thing is all of your clairs would be activated as well. So when you meet your twin, your ego is shattered. You become wise, you become humble, you start appreciating life for its rawness. You start appreciating things that you may have not appreciated. You start appreciating people around you. You start appreciating a lot of stuff. And then the separation phase comes, and then everything starts to shatter, And then it's very hard to appreciate life because you have experienced the worst. You're experiencing the worst kind of pain, which is via the dark night of the soul. But you have to remember, all pain leads to progress, and progress leads to evolution, and evolution leads to spiritual growth. Exactly. Most divine feminines would agree with me on this, that after knowing that you're on a twin flame journey, you start appreciating little things in your life. And like what Henry always says, little things. And that's why it's so important, guys, to constantly trying to tune in with yourselves, go into the mode of detachment, which I've done several weeks ago. I talked about how to go into a state of watchfulness and how to be detached. Learn things, take up a new hobby, keep learning, keep doing things that make your heart beat faster. It doesn't have to be your twin alone. There are other things that can make your heart beat faster, like learning a new skill, like finding out, wow, I never knew such a beautiful tree existed in the park next to my house. So I didn't know that a sunrise could look so beautiful, like things like that. Like little things, guys, like growing a plant. Like you put a seed and you watch a plant grow. That is the twin flame journey. You can't expect the seed to grow immediately, right? It takes months and months. I mean, some plants grow faster than the others. So don't compare yourselves, because we're all unique, and that's what makes us special. And most of us are star seeds. So as star seeds, it makes it even harder because we are so used to being free and enjoying the expanse of the multiverses. And then suddenly you're in a human body and you are limited. But guys, limitation too is just an idea. We are not limited. Limitation comes from society's constant conditioning that you can only do this and you cannot do that. But your true potential is beyond that. As a soul, we are expansive, constantly developing, evolving, creating. That's why you guys have to get excited. And it can't be told. That's why you have to go through all the phases too, And you have to start appreciating the pain and the joy in this journey. And I know you may ask me how to appreciate the pain in this journey. It's so painful. Pain is pain. Pain is pain, guys, and I will never deny that. But you guys have to find ways and means to live through the pain and to see beauty. That's why engaging in art, engaging in poetry really helps. If you see, it's twin flames who have written like the most profound poetry and come up with the most beautiful kind of art. There is a twin flame connection in all those because they speak to you the intensity and the darkness and the pain and so much. All right, guys, I didn't even realize an hour has come. I need to go and get my PCR test done because I'm traveling in a couple of hours. And the weekend is going to come to an end. How sad. We had such good 3 days. So I'm going to go on for another couple more minutes. If you guys have got any parting questions, feel free to ask. Let me know what you guys want to talk about next week. I'm happy. You can inbox me. Feel free to suggest a topic or write it on the wall or anything. But I'm so happy to join you guys every week, and there's so much more to talk, and I can't tell you guys everything in just an hour. And all of my videos are also under videos. If you were to click on albums, and then there'll be a video album, and then you can see all of my past lives. So I talk about different topics every week. So this week's topic is truly profound, and I know, of course, it's really big. Sending prayers to your nose. Oh yeah, I'm doing my PCR for the first time. In fact, I've been avoiding travel because I didn't want to get a PCR done. But then finally I had no choice. How long can I be avoiding, right? Like, how long can a divine masculine be avoiding you? They're going to come through. Same thing, like how I'm going to do my PCR, so is your divine masculine going to communicate with you guys. Do not give up hope. True love always wins. Always believe in this. Like what my grandmother says, when you think of someone, they are thinking of you back. And the more purer and divine it is, they will come back to you. Everything that's happening, it's happening for a reason. It's building you to be a stronger person, a brighter person, a person who can go through challenges, and come out blossoming into the most beautiful version of themselves. So guys, do not give up on the journey. And for those of you who are struggling, this community is here to support you, and that's the reason why we have those monthly free readings to check in and tune in. There are many YouTube videos out there. I will start doing more free healings through YouTube as well, and I'll put them the link. And if you guys ever need a private consultation, do not hesitate to contact me. And oh, thank you, Anna. I'm so glad. And yes, do not give up, guys. But at the same time, do not stop living either. Because I know some twins just give up on everything and just go into mode of, oh no, this is how it is. Keep living, keep doing things that empower you, make you smile. Travel with your friends. Don't think that I only have to travel with my twin flame. You can travel with so many beautiful people around you. Yes, I'm so excited to give you your reading, Shay. And I'll only want to give you the best reading, so it will be worth the wait. And I just do not like doing readings when, I like to just give you the full stuff. And I always like to give readings where all your questions are answered. I hate it because I know how it feels like when you get a report and you have more questions. So that's why I take a lot of time channeling and giving you the most important, vital information that is necessary for your journey. Thank you so much, Bharati. You're always here every week, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Yes, I hope so. And I'll be catching up with all my buddies, my college, my university friends after so many years, all my other friends. So it's going to be excited, and I'm so excited to join you guys next week from Adelaide. So, and whoever is in Adelaide, feel free. We might be able to catch up for coffee and stuff if you want. But again, it's a short trip, so time is going to fly. But I'll be doing 2 weekends of my lives from Australia. So I'll be on Australia time zone. Thank you, Annalisa. You too have a great night. Thank you, Becca. I'm so glad. So guys, always request for your free readings. It's perfect for you guys to tune in. And if you guys want a reading, you guys can always request for me as well. And never feel any question is, it's not a good question. Every question helps you to unveil another part of your existence. So remember, guys, spirituality is a journey. Keep growing, keep evolving, keep healing. Also remember that you are fully in control of your healing and awakening. Do not be afraid. Do not feel like, I know sometimes you might get misleading information from the internet and stuff. Do not, always trust your intuition. Connect to God, connect to the universe. Always feel empowered. If you're feeling down, go in, see what is it that's affecting you. Sometimes it could be little things, like it could be something that's happening in work that you have not really thought about. Those things are the ones that come out as discomfort. So go inside. So if you're feeling sad, go in, ask yourself, what is it that's making me feel uncomfortable? Is that something that I'm putting away or procrastinating? Is there something I need to get done? Is there some unhealed trauma that I have to address? Always remember, guys, there's so many people out there to help. There's so many free organizations to support, but always choose wisely, because you don't want to be entrapped into more challenges as well. So choose wisely. YouTube has so many beautiful healing videos. I will start doing more, I promise you guys. It's just I'm getting the time to record. Always, okay, there's another technique I can teach you guys. You can call out your inner healing. So you can always ask yourself, help me heal. Ask your higher self, call out to your higher selves and say, please bring out healing to me. That's one of the ways. Another is through mantras. So in Indian culture, you have a lot of mantras. So some of the mantras that really help with obstacles, Om Gan Ganapati Namaha, that's Lord Ganesha's mantra. I'll try to put that in the link. You may want to check that out. So that really helps with the root chakra. So guys, go. You guys are all beautiful. You guys are evolving. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Henry. Yes, I will. Even though my I will truly enjoy my holiday. Hopefully, there's so much. And guys, did you know that this is like the best time to visit Australia, like Adelaide especially, because it's got such perfect weather. So I'm looking forward to that. This is like the perfect time to visit Adelaide. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to catching up with you all next week around this time. I might be a little earlier because it might be a little later in Australia. So it's going to be fun. And yeah, I hope everything goes well. I need to go and get my PCR. And thanks, Henry, for the luck. Thanks for scaring me. But I heard that they are not too vigorous nowadays, but let's see. I'll let you know next week how my PCR test, one of the many PCR tests I'm going to take, is going to go. So on an ending note, I'm going to talk for a couple more minutes. Do not give up on yourselves, guys, and then do not give up on the journey, and try every day, even if it's a bit, try to elevate yourself little by little. You don't have to do it at one go. You know, that's the reason why massive healing sessions might be overwhelming too. So try to be responsible with that. Like, your body knows, trust your body's intelligence. When food is healing, eating the right food is healing as well. I will totally. That's what I do. Every time I get my COVID vaccine, I will tell the person injecting me, I'm afraid of needles. So, and then by the time they inject me, I build up so much fear and then I'll be like, is that it? I didn't even feel anything. But the thing with COVID vaccines is, you don't feel the pain when they're injecting you. You only feel the pain after. You feel a heaviness in your arm, and then all the side effects come through. So yes, thanks, Henry. I'm going to take your advice on that. I'll act very afraid and I'll tell them I'm so scared, and then they'll be more gentle. But I think I shouldn't move as well, because when you move, then it makes it harder for them. So I'm going to be calm, quiet, and I'm going to act afraid. Thank you, and I'll let you know how that goes. So guys, any more parting questions? before I go and before I tune in with you all next week, if there isn't any, I will let you guys go. You guys enjoy your weekend. Have a lovely, 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 lovely weekend, Easter break. And if you guys want a paid reading or healing, feel free to contact me. Always be happy. Try to be happy. Even happiness shouldn't be a pressure. So I shouldn't say always be happy. Try little steps. Try to appreciate things in your life. Little things, big things, everything. And we are all in this journey together. We are all here to support one another. So feel free to reach out. Do not hold back. And I know most of you all are friends with one another as well. So feel free to. And another thing, guys, if you guys are not due for a reading, you guys can always opt for an open discussion. So you guys can write out your question, and I'm a moderator too, so we could fix you up with an open discussion. So then your questions will be answered, and all of us would be giving our input. So take care, love you all, and have a fantastic weekend, Easter break, and I will see you all from Australia. And thank you all for all your sweet comments. They really make me happy. And feel free to write your reviews on my album if you guys have the time. I'll be grateful for that. And take care, love you all, and see you all next week. Bye bye.